Hello and welcome to Sunday Run Data podcast. This week, I'm really fortunate to be joined by Rachel on the show. So first of all, Rachel, thank you for taking the time out to join the show.
Well, thank you for having me, Clint. I'm really excited to be on your show, your podcast.
No, it was great. And I say, we talked just before we jumped on board and said that we met just recently at the Two Bays Trail Run. And we were chatting a little bit about that. And it was so great to meet you there. And let's say congratulations on such an amazing run. And for me, it was my first trail run in Australia. But for you, I see that you've done Two Bays for the third year. It was your third time doing it. How was the experience from this year compared to others? And if you could just give our listeners, a little bit of an insight of the challenges with Two Bays as well.
Yeah, sure. So Two Bays is a trail race down the Mornington Peninsula. It goes from Dramana all the way across to Cape Schanck, and it's quite hilly. We both did the 28-kilometre trail run, and the first 3.5 kilometres is up some serious hill. So you climb, and you're thinking, when is this going to finish? It eventually does, and then you go down a steep decline. And then it sort of flattens out a little bit, but then, you think you've done with the hills and another one comes. So I think all up it's around 700, just over 700 metres of elevation gain. And you get pretty tired by the end of it, and then you have to go up all these steps. And boy, your legs are pretty cooked by the time these steps, I think they come in around 24 or 25 kilometres. So yeah, it's a hard trail. It's not too hard. A lot of road runners come across to do it. It's a good entry level one to do. If you live in Melbourne, definitely give it a go. But sometimes it is a little bit challenging with the terrain and the tree roots coming out of the ground, and there's sand. It has everything. It has grass, sand, tree roots. A bit of asphalt. You run a bit of roads as well, don't you? So it's beautiful, and you see the ocean as well towards the end there. So it's a great event. You can also do the 56-kilometre too. But yeah, this was my third year doing it. Last year I missed it. I'd done it in 2024 and 2023. I missed it last year because I was coming back from injury, but so I was really happy to be back doing it this year. But I had a different purpose this year. I wasn't there to race it or chase a PB or a time. I was more there just to get back into it and prove to myself I don't have to race every single time I turn up to these events, and just to have fun and enjoy it for a change. And I really did. I loved it.
Yeah, I attest to that as well. Like, I think it was great for me, my first time doing a trail run here in Australia. And as you say, it's a really good entry, level kind of trail run, and it has everything. Yeah. It has the uphills, you've got the inclines, the declines, and as you say, all different terrain. And yeah, it was kind of for me going there with the unknown. I wasn't sure of what the course was. I didn't know how many hills there would be. And as you say, like, you just when it kind of flattens out, you're thinking this is good. And then next thing you know, it's like, there's another hill. And yeah, so no, I definitely attest to that. And it was out there to be having fun, not having a goal of a time or anything like that, just enjoying it and seeing how well you've done it. And for you, obviously you've done extremely well. You finished there, wasn't it 7th overall female? That's a great result as well for being out there having fun. You ran amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't really have a goal for this one, but I thought from my training and my Sunday long runs, I'd be happy to probably run around 2 hours and 30 minutes. So to come in at 2 hours and 23, I was actually quite shocked. Because my PB on the course was 2 hours and 21 minutes. So I'm not far back off that. And yeah, I didn't seem to be thrashing it the whole time. So I was really happy with that. It was really good. And yeah, came away 7th and 2nd in the 40 to 49-year-olds, the oldies.
Well, that's just incredible. It was a great run. And yeah, just touching on that. So you started your running journey there at 39 years old. So started a bit later than what we see of many people. I myself was a bit of a late runner. So how was that getting involved into running, a little bit later?
Yeah, so I started running when I was 39 in COVID days. So in Melbourne, we had to, even if we were walking outside the streets, we had to wear a face mask. And I was on my daily walk with the kids walking up the street, and I ran into a friend who lived up a little bit further up where we live. And he said to me, "Rachel, why aren't you running? You're a good junior runner. You should be running, not walking. And I walked away and I thought, yeah, maybe I should just start running. And I just started running and jog, walk. It turned into 5Ks, and it was just a challenge to see if I could go further and further. And then by the end of the year, I think that was March, and then by the end of the year in December, I ran my first half marathon around the streets and 1 hour 55. And really enjoyed it, really enjoyed the challenge. But I knew nothing about running, and every time I went for a run, I'd try to get a little bit quicker than my previous run. I had no idea, just easy does it, slow it down. You don't have to run fast every time you go for a run, but that was what I did. I challenged myself, and that's how I got into it.
Love that. Yeah, as you say, during COVID, we had those moments, especially here in Melbourne, there was very harsh lockdown. So yeah, getting involved into running, it was a way for us to be outside and spend a little bit more time outside by going for those runs. And just I love as well, sort of didn't understand running, just kind of felt good, ran how you felt. It was very similar to myself. I was, very much the same. I just would run how I feel. And as you learn more about running, you start understanding that it's not just to go out there and run as fast as you can every time. It's nice to then learn a little bit more about your body and about running itself. So just touching back as well, you mentioned, coming back from injury, you missed out on 2 bays last year and you're coming back from an injury. How was that, mentally as well, challenging for you to come back from that injury and not having the opportunity to go out on some of those runs?
Yeah, so I had a pretty serious injury last year, about 12 months ago, or a bit over 12 months ago, and I missed the Melbourne Marathon. I was training quite well for it. 3 weeks out, went down with a bone stress reaction that saw me sidelined from running for 8 weeks. Wow. So I'd gone from running every single day. I was running 100, 110 kilometers week on, week out, backing it up, and then, not allowed to run. So it hit pretty hard, but it taught me that I can live without running. I was pretty upset, but I found other ways to get my endorphins and be happy, and I did a lot of cross training while I was injured. So I kept my fitness up, and I can't believe how much my fitness sort of stayed there by doing the cross training I did. I did a lot of elliptical, bike riding, and strength work. And so when I came back to running, I had the Boston Marathon in April, and I was coming back into the running in maybe the December. So I didn't have a lot of time to get my body right and train for the Boston Marathon, but somehow I got it up and ran the Boston Marathon in April and got another PB. That was my 6th marathon. And then after Boston, I went back down again, 4 weeks off with the same injury. Not as bad, but more bone stress in the pelvis. So look, I don't think I ever got rid of it completely. Maybe it was lingering bone stress, and I just ignored it so I could run the Boston Marathon. But anyway, had 4 weeks off in May 2025, just gone, and came back again. And then I had to train for the Melbourne Marathon, get myself up for that one, which was my 7th marathon. That was my latest marathon. But to answer your question, there's so much fear when you have time off from running, and a lot of runners will probably be able to know what this feels like. But, you just have so much anxiety and anything that you're running and you're like, oh, is it coming back? And there's just that worry and that constant, is it still there? I still have that now. So yeah, there's just always that fear that it's going to come back again, but you just got to really monitor your symptoms and deload when you have to, and as quick as you can, get onto these things as they arise.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. It's really hard, as you say. You've gone through that injury. It's been such a challenge, to overcome the injury and keeping yourself in that fitness level to then come back and think to yourself like, am I fully back? Am I, really there? Or is there going to be that niggle? And as you say, you train hard for Boston. You got a chance to run Boston, which is just amazing, and got that opportunity to be there. There was probably nothing going to stop you. Even if you felt that niggle and pain, you were still going to just push through and go, like, I'm here. I'm going to do it. And then you might ran an amazing time in Boston as well. And as you say, took that time off to try and recover again before you get back into it, and obviously back to the Melbourne Marathon. But just touching on Boston, as we talked about when we met down in Two Bays, you know, my wife, Clara, she was there at Boston as well. And,
Yes.
you know, from a spectator point of view, I absolutely, you know, enjoyed it, of being there, supporting people and seeing so many people out there, you know, supporting all the runners from all the little towns coming all the way up to obviously the finish line. How was that moment for you, obviously at the finish line, coming down Boyston Street and hearing the crowd cheer everyone on? It must have just been unreal.
It was so incredible. I just haven't experienced anything quite like it. The world majors are the real deal. Um, I was, as everyone is at the end of a marathon, I was so exhausted, but I knew if I just could keep my body going, I'd run the PB. So I just, the crowd was just incredible from start to finish. There was just people lined the streets like cheering. It's just amazing. And especially in that last bit. And I was like, I'm just going to pretend I'm in the Olympics. Like, this will get me through. You cannot stop if you're in the Olympics. Like, it was that full on. And so I just pretended I was at the Olympics in my mind to keep me going. And yeah, I just kept going and got the PB. But yeah, it's amazing until you've ran it and experienced it. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, no, that's so good. I'm glad you guys the opportunity to experience it. As I say, it's been one of my dreams to get to Boston, and you know, I'm not quite there yet, but I'm sure one day I will. But to get the opportunity to be there and support Clara and to see and be there, the atmosphere, as you say, the majors, you know, is certainly a big thing. Like, I never experienced anything like that before, and it was, you know, I've been running marathons here, and I love Melbourne Marathon. It's definitely one of my favorites. You know, a home marathon as well, and you know, I love the course and I love everything about Melbourne. But then you get to experience that major, and it's just, yeah, so it's just a whole nother level, just the way everything kind of flowing with it. And yeah, that finish line was is such a great feeling. And then for you to get a PB as well, that is just amazing.
Yeah, yeah, it was a pretty good place to run a PB. So on to the next challenge, see if I can beat that time. Yeah, in Ballarat maybe in April.
Yeah, yeah. So obviously, yeah, next challenge, Ballarat.
Yeah.
How's the training going? Obviously, Two Bays, you know, part of that training as well is kind of myself and taking that run as a bit of a training towards it. So how's the training going for Ballarat? How's the body feeling?
Yeah, yeah. So after I ran Boston and came and had the 4 weeks off, I came back and I tagged along with one of my friends and his coach. He had a new coach, so I decided to trial his coach as well. And because of my history and the way he coached, there was no speed session, and I was very used to running speed sessions every Tuesday. So that was taken away, and we only did one threshold session midweek, and we had marathon pace efforts on our long run. So it was 2 sessions a week, and then the rest was all easy running. So it was a nice build into Melbourne, but I didn't do any like 5K effort work or 10K, not much. So it was just all threshold and Mara pace. So for Ballarat, I've got a coach called Maddie, and we started doing speed sessions again on Tuesday. So just getting back into that, and then we're just building my midweek long run. And yeah, Two Bays was a good one to keep building that strength, get that base, and then we'll go into probably a 10 or 12 week proper build to Ballarat soon. But yeah, I'm supposed to be running a 10K race in 2 weeks' time, which I'm a little bit nervous about because let's face it, everyone knows I can't stand 5K and 10K races. They just really hurt me so much, and I haven't done a lot of them. Like, I've ran 3 5K races and 2 10K races since I started. That's it. So not much. So yeah, I might do that in 2 weeks' time, and then yeah, it'll be all marathon building to Ballarat. So it's going pretty well. I'm in a way better position than I was last time, January this time last year, on my build to Boston. So yeah, fingers crossed I can keep building and we have a good day in April in Ballarat.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. That's it. You say working on that training, working on, things that work for you as well, and feeling good about it as well. Hopefully on the lead up to Ballarat, the training will go really well. And yeah, on the day, hopefully everything just, ticks all those boxes, and you get to, to run a great run and enjoy it. And yeah, I'll be looking forward to hearing about Ballarat and seeing how you get on there. And just moving on a little bit, obviously, onto Run DCT as well. You're the founder of that. How did that come about? And obviously, the community around that, they've obviously been super supportive of you, and you're obviously super supportive of them. How is it?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I first started running, I ran around our local area for the first 2 years, and I kept bumping into the same old runners, and I'd be like, hi, nice to meet you. And I love talking to people and meeting people. And I was getting to know a few people in the area, but no one was running together. Everyone was just running on their own. And I was like, that's it. I'm starting our own run club. So the first time, it was 2.5 years ago. The first run we did, there was 3 of us. So I call us the founders. It was Mal, Kung, and myself. There was 3 of us that turned up, and I said, don't worry, they'll come. The people will come. Leave it with me. I started recruiting heaps of people every week, and I still recruit now. Like if I see someone running on the DCT, I'm like, right, hi, I like to chat to them. I said, come run with us. So I like to get as many people as I can coming down, because that's what it's all about, sharing it together. And I've brought everyone together, and the friendships that people have made. It's been great to see everyone blossoming and joining together. Like people go out and run together on the Sundays, and we run every Wednesday as a group. Every Wednesday, we might only get 10 to 25 people each Wednesday, but there's about 60 on the WhatsApp now, which is quite a lot, and about 80 on our Strava group. So anyone's welcome to come along. Anyone that lives near us, it's all inclusive. Yeah, it's really good. It's been great.
No, I love that. And I love, as you say, you started off, you just to meet people in the community and seeing that, all these people are running, and you're just like, hey, why don't we all run together at some time and catch up? And what you've built as well, community and the friendships, that's what running's about. That's what the community is about. We love to build those friendships, and we love to meet people and hear their stories. I mean, I, for one, I absolutely love it. I love to hear people's stories like yourself, and, get to meet more people, and you say, get them, a group of people running together and having fun, building those friendships, and then hitting goals, going out on and doing some of those events together and enjoying it. I think that's just absolutely amazing. So yeah, it's really good to hear that it's going well, and obviously recruiting more people and getting more people along.
Yeah, no, it's been good, and it's good to give back. Like once you've got a little bit of experience under your belt, we've got new runners that are competing in their first marathons, and there's some really experienced runners that run with us, and their knowledge in the running world is great, and they can teach and help others. It's fantastic. So yeah, good little network and community that we have.
Talking a little bit about the majors, as you say, you run Boston, and we've got Sydney later on in the year. Are you looking forward to Sydney? How is that going to work with obviously the training after Ballarat? Focus on Ballarat for now, but then obviously Sydney later on in the year.
Yeah, exactly. So Sydney will be my second world major, so I'm so excited about that. I did want to do the age group world major championships. That was one of my goals last year, to qualify for that, which I did qualify, but I turned it down. It was in Cape Town, South Africa, for this year, and it just didn't work out. So Sydney was next on the list of things, bucket lists for me to do. So we're off to Sydney. So yeah, I guess my main goals for this year is to see if I can improve on my Boston PB, 3:05, in Ballarat, and then go up to Sydney and have fun. I mean, that one's going to be quite hilly, so I'm not sure I'll be in any kind of PB form, but just to enjoy that one with we've got a good crew going up. There's about 5 or 6 girls going from our crew. So it'll be fun, just have fun with that one. But yeah, I'll still try my hardest.
No, of course. And I think it's nice to have that as well. As you say, you have the goal is Ballarat, really the focus is on that, wanting to really improve on that PB. And as you say, 3:05 was such an excellent time in Boston. And then, wanting to improve on that, putting the work in, and then I'm sure you'll achieve your goals in Ballarat. And then to look at Sydney is, yeah, more of having those, people around, having a good community around and going out there and enjoy it. I was lucky enough that me and Clara run Sydney last year, and yeah, it was really enjoyable. Yes, it's very challenging. 100% is very hilly. There is some hills at moments where you don't want the hills, but that's
Yeah.
what running's all about. Sometimes you get those courses that are challenging, but yeah, it's such a good community around there as well. And we took Sydney the same as you. We wanted to enjoy it. We wanted to have fun. Obviously, push ourselves as much as we can. Try to see what we can achieve. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But that's awesome that you get the opportunity to go to Sydney with a group of girls as well and really enjoy that event as well. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, it'll be really good. Yeah, the crowds and that. Hopefully, that it's just a bit like Boston.
Yeah, definitely. No, look, I really do appreciate you taking the time out to join the show and sharing your journey and obviously talking a little about two bays. It's been really good to get to know you. It's really good to get to know your journey. And it's great that, yeah, we'll be able to see each other on some other events in the year. I'm sure at Sydney we'll be catching up. And just before we wrap up the podcast, I just want to know sort of, as you've got into running that little bit later, what sort of advice would you give to some people out there that they sometimes contemplate wanting to get into running and sometimes they want to contemplate if they do want to run a marathon. What sort of advice would you give some people?
Yeah, okay. So, my biggest advice is don't rush it. Don't try and run every day. If you are starting out, take it slow. You don't have to run and run fast every single day. Just really listen to your body. Maybe invest in one-on-one coaching or join the Runner app. I know everyone's doing that these days, but a coach could help you a lot, save you a lot of time, thinking and planning for yourself. And yeah, just enjoy it. Get out there, see if you can find a friend or someone to run with to inspire you. Follow a few people on Instagram or whatever socials you're on, that can help you as well. You learn a lot through other people. So yeah, but the main thing is just make sure you're enjoying it and listen to your body. Do not run through any serious pain. Otherwise you could be out like I was for 8 weeks.
Oh no, thank you. That is such great advice, and I agree with you. It is, yeah, take it easy, take it slow, build it up gradually, and enjoy it. The main thing is to get that enjoyment from running. We've been in a situation where, yeah, we started out in the smaller runs, and now we've gone on to running some marathons and enjoying events. But it's about the enjoyment we get from it. I still get that enjoyment. I still love running, and yeah, listening to your body is the number one thing. Sometimes your body tells you what you need to do, and sometimes you need to listen.
Yep, that's it.
No, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate the insight into your running journey, and it's been great to have a chat. And as I say, that's it from this week. And then, as always, until next time, happy running.